new year will be new if you stay the same. Episode 159. How you doing, Emely?
Excelentemente bien. Spiritually, espiritualmente. Mentally, mentalmente. Physically, físicamente. Emotionally, emocionalmente. Financially, financieramente. Porque quien no sirve para servir, no sirve para vivir. Because he who doesn't live to serve doesn't serve living. Positive,
Productive and intentional. We have today 6 guests from our podcast network. We're gonna have obviously you from AntsBeliefs. Then we're gonna go with Vanessa from LuzYSombraPodcast. Then Yasmine from DFitNYCast. Andy from Day One Podcast. Manny from Consistency 360 Cast. And I don't know why you gave Manny from GPH Podcast at the end. But we're all here. So welcome everyone to episode 159 of the CMR Podcast Network. Why no new year will be new if you stay the same. So Emely, breaking old patterns. I'm gonna go straight to asking questions, right? We're gonna discuss how breaking free from old habits and beliefs is essential for personal growth, right? Why do you think people hold on to old habits even when they know they're not serving them? You know, your habits determine your future, right? The secret to your success is on your daily routine, right? So why do you think people hold old habits even when they know they're not serving them?
People can know that the habits they have that are no use to them, but if they not seek knowledge in how to change it or how to create new habits, they will be attached to the old habits. I don't know if I make myself clear.
Okay, so in another word, you had to basically let go of your old habits and just focus on your new habits, right? So you need a whole new identity. So elevation requires separation. In another word, so you got to leave your old self in order to get your new self.
Yeah,
I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes sense, but they don't know what they are doing wrong if they don't seek knowledge.
Okay, so they have to seek knowledge, right? People perish because of lack of knowledge, right?
Yes.
So if they don't ask, always seek knowledge, right? They will always stay with the old patterns, old habits, right?
Yes.
So pretty much your new self will cost you your old self, right? So there's no such thing as a reward without a sacrifice.
Yeah.
So you got to sacrifice leaving your old self behind in order to basically get the new identity, right? You see how B do have, right? Why did we decide to pick this episode today? You know, why no new year will be new if you stay the same. See, most people, they say, oh, nah, 2025. This new year, I'm going to change my ways. You know, but you know what most people normally do?
What?
They stay the same.
Yeah.
Why? Because they have their old behaviors, believe it or not. So looking at people's behavior, you could predict the future. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
So it's easy. I could literally, the strangest secret, literally at every 100 people, I could tell who's going to make it, who's not going to make it. It sounds messed up, but it's because I already passed through that journey. I don't know if you understand me, right? Like I could see a person, male, female, it sounds messed up, right? But same way I could see their talents, I could also see where they're, you know, I'm not going to say lacking, but if they don't fix those weaknesses, they don't look at themselves in the mirror and admit they're the problem, they're not going to be able to change. Make sense or no?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So, Emely, I want you to share how self-awareness has helped you redefine your path and inspire your audience. Like, you know, being aware.
Okay, how I used to see my time before. I didn't see the value of my time. I just said live day by day, doing whatever team I came along of just all my time for money. But when I understood that we don't know the exact time we're going to leave Earth, we don't know the exact time we're going to die. So whatever time you are spending right now, you don't know it will be your last. So I just start taking control of my life and be more intentional with where I spend my time or what I'm doing with my time or what impactful or what value I bring into the world.
What else can you say when it comes to why no new year will be new if you stay the same?
Yeah, because it doesn't matter if you just say it that, okay, this new year I'm going to start the gym. I had many people tell me that they will start the gym in New Year because December they want to eat. So what I can say about that is that you decide when to start. You decide what you want and the sacrifice you are willing to take. Because it doesn't matter if you say it, but do you really want it? That's the question they need to ask it themselves.
So that's why I always say we got to fall in love with the process, the journey. And we got to detach ourselves from the end result, the end goal, right? Yeah. So, for example, for the dream body, right? Okay, everybody wants the dream body, right? But forget about your dream body. Can you just basically, adapt the habits, going to the gym every day, consistent, showing up, you get me? Even the days, rain, snow, you get me?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. If the gym is closed, work out at home. Yeah. Do push-ups, do sit-ups. You got me? Imagine doing something. Just get moving, right? What can you tell, yourself now? 2025 is around the corner, right? Do you think 2025 is gonna be, a new year for you, or not? Why no new year will be new if you stay the same? Do you think 2025 is gonna help you overall? Be a different Emely?
I'm the one who decides, not the new year.
So you decide that, right?
Yeah.
Not the year, right?
Yeah.
So when people say they want to change and they raise their hand, but when it comes to putting in the work, what can you tell those type of individuals? That they all talk and no walk?
What I can say is that they need to understand what they really want, because if they say they want that, but internally they are battling that they don't want it, or they are procrastinating to do it, or always finding an excuse of the things they have to do because they say there's a hassle or whatever thing they say that is. It doesn't matter if you say it just for mouth. You need to put the action and really want it.
And Emely, my last question to you is, what's one major belief or habit you had to let go of in order to step into the person you are today?
What's belief? What I can say is that...
Or habit. A major belief or a habit?
Yeah. I used to care what other people think about me.
So you don't care what nobody thinks about you?
No.
Why? You've been working on your what? Your character?
Yeah.
So you care about your reputation?
No.
Why not?
I just care about the things I say about me.
Well, you're a female. Normally, the Vanessas of the world, they say females are normally supposed to care about their reputation.
Well, I don't care because I take care of myself.
How is that? Give clarity to the world.
Okay.
We want to bring that awareness overall.
Okay. If I know what I'm doing, I know that people will not talk bad about me, so the only thing I will care is the thing I'm doing right now, not what they will talk, because depending of how people see you, they will talk about you. I don't know if...
Give more clarity, 1 second.
Okay. You cannot please everybody. So if you cannot please everybody, the only person you need to please is yourself. So just be happy with yourself.
So character is what you say about yourself. Reputation is what the world says about you.
Yeah.
If you ask every person in this room right now something about you, everybody's going to have something different to say about you.
Yeah.
If I go tell Manny, hey, Manny, ta-ta-ta-ta about Emely, now tell the other Manny. Now the other Manny tells Vanessa, and now Vanessa tells Jayandi. Jayandi tells Yasmine. By the time it gets to Yasmine, it's totally different than what I said.
Yeah.
So I understood at a very young age not to care about what?
The
Reputation.
Yeah. Because
Warren Buffett says it takes a lifetime to build your reputation, but it takes a second to ruin it. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to basically let that get to you. So work on your character better, right?
Yeah, because each people have different truths, so their truth will not be my truth. Okay?
Thank you, Emely.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Why no year will be new if you stay the same? It sounds funny, You get me? Why no year will be new if you stay the same. Meaning, it could be 2025, 2026, 2030, 50. If it makes sense. Every year is going to be the same, right? If you stay the same, right? So you got to every day, every week, every month, keep reinventing yourself, right? How you doing, first of all, Vanessa?
Excelentemente bien, Carlos.
You sure?
Yes. Why not? I always can. Espiritualmente, this is connection with God. You know, yesterday you told me you wanted me to explain the pillar. Today I'm going to do it, but I want to do short. I can do it?
Go ahead. More power to you.
Okay, espiritualmente, the connection with God, like when you develop or you grow up your spiritual life with God, this is the best life because when you have faith, when you pray, when you mindfulness or your like meditation, this is like your connection with God. When I say like mental, it's like the more you learn, the more you earn. But when you develop yourself, like you learn different skill, different things you can learn, it's like you develop your mentally. And you don't have to nobody tell you because you have your mind strong. And you can learn continue.
So you become a thinker instead of a worker.
Yes.
You know, in this organization, we create business or real estate opportunities that help build our network and income.
Yes.
While everyone else is trained to look for work, right? So we creating opportunities for people, right?
Yes.
We're helping people find their purpose, find the reason for them being, why God sent them to the world for, right?
Yes.
Keep on.
When I say physical, this is the temple for the soul. You know, people they don't understand. When you work in your body, you can feel more healthy, you can have more better energy. It's like, it's so many things you can see like your body in different perspective because see you work out every morning and you work in your body, you're gonna see the difference, like, you know, the energy.
And can you relate those pillars, you know, obviously continue, but with the episode, why no year will be new if you stay the same? Like, you break it down, but also, you know, so now go with the emotion.
Okay, when I say the emotional, when you identify the emotional, it's like you navigate with different relationships. You can take better decision. You can have like self-awareness in your life. You know, now I have my self-awareness. When I take a decision, I just reflect, say, this is the best decision I can take for me or for build relationship or for others. Have my compassion, like with others. You know what I mean, like como comprensión, comprender a los demás, like
Comprehend?
Yeah, comprender a los demás, en pocas palabras. And when I say like financially, it's like when you have like financial literacy, you know how money, this is the best thing, it's the last and the least, how you say. Like when you know you can be more freedom, you can like enjoy your life because you have your life under control, you know. Some people, they just focus more in the money. But see you have financial literacy, you know how money works, you can grow your money. Like, more just like go to sell your time for money. And I understand that part. And what is the title you say about like?
Why no year will be new if you stay the same, meaning 2025 will still be the same if you stay the same. Yes. 2026, so every year is going to be like the rat race. The Matrix. Yes. You get me? So you gotta literally coger un pique positivo.
Yes.
If it makes sense. We should do that episode. Un pique positivo.
Un pique positivo.
EP, okay. Text me that, Emely. For LuzYSombra. Un pique positivo. So you see now, you see how we create different episodes and bring different awareness.
Yes.
Right? And so we could basically bring to the world different awareness, you know, so our audience, our target audience, because the audience that I'm looking for personally is the 1% of the 1%.
Yes.
I sent Andy a video of Donald Trump saying that 98% of people will never make it. Only 2% make it, right? And even I feel like 2% is even high. At every 100 people I see out there, most people, they're not gonna make it. No van para el patio de su casa. Sounds messed up. You got me? Apply the 80-20 rule to everything you do. Look at it like, for example, everything I do, I apply the 80-20. Even in sports. I put basketball. Basketball is 10 people, right? Out of 10 people, there's going to be 2 people that are going to stand the fuck out. That's the 80-20 of 10, right? Make sense?
Yes, makes
So if I
sense.
create 10 business opportunity for you, out of those 10, 2 of them are going to be home run.
Yes.
8 of them are going to be like, you know what I mean? Make sense or no? So in another word, it's a numbers game. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right?
Yes.
So why no year will be new if you stay the same. So if you're staying the same in victim mentality, you're still, the new years are not going to change, right? If you're still under your emotions and don't understand that EQ is more important than IQ, you could be the smartest man, smartest woman in the world. You cannot control your emotions. You cannot control your personal life nor business life, because you're always going to take things personal, if it makes sense. You're always going to look at everything as an attack towards your persona, whatever you want to call it, right?
No, I not take nothing personal.
You don't
I just
take anything personal?
No, I just sometimes you want to push
You see,
me
people
very-
that say that they don't take things personal are the first people that take things personal.
No, I know.
You get me? It's like people that say that they're not fucked up. Those are the fucked up ones. I say I'm fucked up. And I genuinely want people to say I'm fucked up.
I have self-awareness now.
You have self-awareness?
Yes.
So de la noche a la mañana. So you build your self-awareness overnight. From 1 to 10, what will you rate your self-awareness, Vanessa?
Me?
Yeah.
I can say 6.
6?
Yes.
From 1 to 10?
Yes.
That's high. But I respect that. From your level of understanding, I respect that. So Vanessa, designing your future self, right? So how did creating a clear vision for your life and podcast help you move forward?
Okay.
Because, you know, you have been sharing how you're envisioning your future self helped, you know, build LuzYSombraPodcast.
Yes. I just visualize how I want to say like my podcast, like to be a big network, like to help to a lot of women, to my story, like the bad thing what I did, my past, they can reflect and they can see what a mistake I made, you know. And I make sure when I tell my story, how I start, how I develop, and the age how I can develop myself, but at the same time, the time I found my purpose. You know, I just had 30 years old, and I made sure never late. You know, when you see, just today is the day you can start. You know, and just to tell my story, they can reflect, they can feel inspired, because when you see like life is difficult because you declare life is difficult, but as you see like easy, they're gonna be easy.
So when I say life is easy, do you believe me?
Yes, because this is.
But
how
before
you
you didn't believe me.
No, I just said how it's easy. No, for me it's so hard.
When you do what's hard, your life is
Yes,
easy.
it's
But when you
true.
do what's easy, your life is hard. You were
Yeah.
doing easy things. You were
that's
working
right.
in implementation, letting somebody else tell you what to do. You didn't understand the 4 levels of value creation. You didn't understand unification, right? You were not a leader, right? You didn't understand communication, and you didn't understand the imagination, right?
No.
You let
because
other
I
people
was-
think for you,
because I
right?
wasn't
The man or
employed.
woman that works all day has no time to make money. But the man or woman that works all day has no time to personal develop. You work hard on yourself, you make a fortune. You work hard on a job, you make a living. So 99% of people that are working hard on a job, no wonder their life is fucking like shit. You got me? They don't have no time for themselves, to know thyself. You got me? They don't have time to become thinkers, to reflect, put themselves to pain, you got me, and reflect on that pain in order to progress.
Yes,
They need somebody else to tell them what to do.
tell what to do.
Right? They're here letting the economy, the economy,
It's
the
bad.
president, blaming everybody,
Yes,
blaming
everything-
external circumstances.
Everything is expensive.
I take responsibility. I could be right now in Venezuela, and I'll literally be in the 1% of the 1%.
You start
So,
there
man,
too.
I'll partner up with fucking Maduro. Listen, whatever you gotta do to
You
not
got-
simply survive, but to thrive, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do.
Yeah, you partner with the best people, right?
I'm gonna partner up with it. If everybody sees the fucked up side out of Maduro, I'll
You see the good
I'll
side.
see the good side. You got me?
That's good.
And then how to win friends and influence people. I will influence him. Hey, bro, you know there's a God, you know? Little
Yeah,
by
yeah,
little,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I gotta have leverage.
Yeah.
I gotta first prove to myself.
a relationship.
You got me? And also prove to him that I don't want to take him out.
Yeah.
Make sense?
You can work together.
I could work together with him.
Yes.
Right? Because he wants to use power. I mean,
Sure.
but he thinks he's using power, but in reality, he's using force. That's deep. Right? I'll be using power while he's using force.
Yeah.
Right?
I was
Because he
like
doesn't know the map of what? Awareness.
awareness.
So, Vanessa, what advice will you give to someone who feels stuck and unsecure of what they want? Because you've been there. You see the beat do have? You saw how I broke it down upstairs, right?
Yeah.
What advice will you give to someone who feels stuck and unsure what they want?
What I can say, people they feel stuck because how they projecting in life. Because see, you decide your life gonna be easy, it's gonna be easy. Just like every difficult or every situation bad in your life, nothing like bad. It's something you have to grow. It's something you have to learn. And before, my mindset is like, what has happened to me? What is this? What is this? But now everything is happening because God, He want to show me something. And I have to develop myself. I have to learn the thing happened to me. Like, and people, they can learn from, from my bad situation or my bad decision.
All the bricks they throw at me, that's how I've been building my empire.
That's
You get me? I take obstacles, challenges, and turn them into an opportunity. To me, there's no obstacle, there's no challenge. I'm looking for challenges, obstacle. I'm looking to fail forward. I'm looking like, where can I go through some pain? You have to put yourself through pain in order to reflect on that pain, in order to use it as fuel. I love pain. I love pain, Vanessa.
You can grow more, right?
The best way to predict the future is to create it. Do you believe in that?
What is it?
The best way to predict the future is to create it.
Yes,
That's why I tell people, life by design. See, my life, I designed it.
You designed
God,
your life.
myself, I'm not going to put my stuff in other people's hands. Because if you put your things in other people's hands, guess what they have for you? Nothing. They don't even most people don't have the best intentions towards them. Imagine the best intentions towards you. Huh?
Yes.
When you basically literally decide, when you literally become an adult, like when you understand that life is 100% your responsibility.
It's true.
When you don't blame everything that happens to you is your fault, not nobody else's fault.
Everything is happening.
So when I win as a leader, people get the credit. Y'all get the credit. But when I lose,
you take responsibility.
Notice when I say I lose, even though everything I've done is it's a team. But when we lose, I want the heat. I want all the smoke, right?
Yeah.
That's why I'm looking for the blind spot. It's like driving the truck. You got to know where the blind spot. That way, how to drive the truck. That way you don't crash.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Because you learn that lesson.
Thank you, Vanessa. Designing your future self. Vanessa's designing her future self. She's escaping the victim mentality. Yasmine. How you doing, Yasmina? That's how you say your name in Spanish?
No, that's Albanian actually, Yasmina.
Yasmina?
Yeah, with a Y, Yasmina.
Yasmina.
But I'm doing excelentemente bien, Carlos.
Before you say it in Spanish, if you go to Dominican Republic, they'll call you Yasmine.
Really? Yasmine.
Yasmine.
I like that. But,
There we go. How you doing, first of all, today?
I'm doing excelentemente bien all day, every day. Espiritualmente, mentalmente, físicamente, emocionalmente, financieramente. Que no sirve para servir, no sirve para vivir.
Positive.
Positivo.
Positiva.
Productiva.
Intencional. Why no year will be new if you stay the same? Can you just answer that question?
Okay.
Why do you think we decided to do this? You got me? Because probably we're wasting our time, Jasmine.
I don't think so.
I think that we're wasting our time.
Yeah?
Do you think we're wasting our time?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't think we're wasting our time because we're bringing value to people.
Well, this is boring for people. People want to be entertained, Jasmine. What you mean we're bringing people value? People rather be entertained than value-tained.
That's why this organization, your podcast is for the 1% of the 1% of the 1% for the people who really want to
So
change.
your podcast is for who?
Well, the 1% as well.
Oh, you're going to settle for less?
No, I'm not going to settle
Because
for less.
I raise my standards so the universe can meet me there. So if I raise my standards so the universe can meet me there, if I want to give my best version to people, professionally, personally, overall, I want people to also what?
Give
It's a
them.
two-way street.
Yeah, of course.
I don't expect anything from them, but my standards are here. So that means these are my standards. I do understand you, sis or bro, but these are my standards. Can you meet me here? I do understand you. I understand time is money for you. But at the here, with money, we could make more money. Or with an idea, we could print money, right? Or with money, we could buy time, right? just using the money part, because most people, they want to talk about money. Shout out to Sam from Capital Games. His podcast has been, people want to hear money conversation. Notice? I could sit here and talk all day about money, Yasmine. But guess what? The problem is not in the pocket. The problem is in the mind. So why no year will be new if you stay the same? You cannot basically think you're going to go from, employee mindset to business investor, or you got me? You don't think that you're going to go from, exchanging your time for money to millionaire overnight. I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people think I'm an overnight success, or like, they don't understand that my journey, like I was raised in a business environment. Like I was raised already telling people what to do. To me, it's normal telling people what to do. But then it became even more normal leading by example. Because I don't want to be people's boss. I want to lead the way. I want to lead by example. If you see that I don't fucking, for example, park in the driveway, why are you parking there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean or no? Just using that as an example. If you see that, teamwork makes the dream work, and my part of the equation is the vision-driven leader, I do my part, you do your part, we all do our part, and together everyone achieves more. Right? So, to not get sidetracked, why no year will be new if you stay the same? Can you answer that?
Well, no year will be new.
Why no year will be new if you stay the same?
Well, because I feel as if a lot of people choose to remain the same. Like, regardless of if 2025 is coming or next year 2026 is coming, it doesn't matter if it's a new year, because a new year doesn't determine if you you becoming a new person. You can become a new person today. You don't need a new year for you to start those goals. I feel like a lot of people wait, like, oh yeah, 2025 I'm gonna start. Like, no, start today. Start developing that character today.
So you cannot change what you're not aware of.
Right.
Do you believe on that?
I do.
So you cannot change what you're not aware of.
And what you're not changing, you're choosing.
And what you're not changing, you're choosing. Break that down for the world.
Well, like, no, I feel as if no action is an action, right? And I feel as if you decide to let yourself go, if you decide to not take those actions and not be intentional with the work that you need to do to be able to develop yourself and achieve those goals, that's also making a choice. You're making a choice to just stay in the same spot and stay stagnant.
So Yasmine, starting with your segment, stepping out of your comfort zone. A lot of people want the dream. Forget about dream car, dream home, because everything starts with the dream business. Let's forget about the dream car, dream home, dream business. Most people want the dream body. But why do people don't have the dream body? You're into fitness. Elaborate.
I feel as if most people don't have the dream body because they lack discipline. I feel as if achieving the dream body also requires mental discipline, because to be able to achieve your dream body, you have to be able to conquer that physical pillar, which me personally, I feel like I've conquered, but I don't think that I feel as if every day is like you said, rent is due every day. Yesterday's workout doesn't count for today. I got to get up today and go at it again. So I feel as if people just are
So the wins you had yesterday, do they count today?
No.
Because there's people that live in their past.
Right.
If you won yesterday, do you win today?
No.
So every day you got to pay your dues, right? So success, the rent is due every day.
Correct.
Every second. It's all perspective, right? So stepping out of your comfort zone. So what does stepping out of your comfort zone mean to you, and how it has impacted your journey?
Stepping out of my comfort zone means being willing to take risks, being able to kind of dissociate yourself from that fear mindset, from that lack mindset, and just take a step into uncertainty and take a step into the unknown because you're willing and because you have faith, instead of just holding yourself back by not taking those steps. Because a lot of people say, what if it doesn't work out, but what if it does? And at the end of the day, it's all a mindset. If you think, or if you aren't gonna be able to achieve something, you're not gonna achieve it. But if you know you're gonna achieve something, you will achieve it. So I feel as if it goes both ways. But stepping out of my comfort zone for me personally has allowed me to achieve milestones that I didn't think were possible. Can
you share any your journey in fitness and podcasting, and how stepping out of your comfort zone has shaped you, towards your success right now?
So I feel as if for my fitness, that is something that has taken me a long way personally. I feel as if in the beginning of my fitness journey, I was very shy. I didn't have like the body that I wanted. I was very insecure as well. But I wasn't gonna let that discourage me. I wasn't gonna let like my negative emotions on myself and my insecurities on myself discourage me, discourage the potential I knew I had. So I kept the consistency. And once I started seeing that progress, it just became like an obsession to be able to take care of myself physically. And then also for the podcast, because the podcast for me is a platform where I'm able to spread my awareness and spread my experience for like my 19 years of age about like, you know, of what I've been able to get.
And documenting your journey.
Exactly. And so, you know, I've come a long way with my communication. I used to be more shy. I used to be like intimidated.
What would you rate your confidence now?
My confidence?
Straight up.
A 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
Respectfully. Only because I really do, I have a lot of self-confidence, but I mean it in the most like humble way ever.
And you know confidence, you could be confident in one area and another area you might lack confidence.
I agree.
Can you elaborate?
I feel as if, like, for example, I'm confident in speaking and communication, but am I confident in math, in my math skills? No, you know?
They be calling you out in math?
You call me out.
Why? The teacher appears when the student is ready.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
No. I have to grow.
You want people to put you to pain.
Yes.
Because that pain, you're going to be able to reflect, right? And then what? Progress.
Correct.
Because simple, to get better at anything, Kaizen, 1%. And Manny from Consistency 360 even invented a word, prosen. That's what's the definition? 2% better. Anything 2 plus is prosen, right? Because productivity, right? Productive. So Kaizen is 15 minutes, right? So an hour of your day is 4%. So 15 minutes of your day, you can literally become proficient by dedicating 15 minutes to math.
Yes.
Are you working on your math?
No.
Straight up.
Straight up.
My respect. I actually value the truth, right? Because the truth
will set you free.
So the truth is setting you free?
Yeah.
So now, what can you tell yourself? Talk to yourself when it comes to, overall, like meaning, today we're talking about why no year will be new if you stay the same. And believe it or not, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Business is straight up numbers. I could literally do business without speaking. You could be the best communicator. And if you're not good with math, straight up, math. Most people, they don't know their worth because they don't know math. Like, how the heck you're going to let another man, another woman tell you, hey, I'm going to pay you this much. Or the market value is paying this much for this skill set. Like, fuck out of here. Or do I got to charge? Like, even myself as a businessman, I charge whatever the fuck I want to charge. I don't give a fuck what people charge you. This is my price. You want it? Amen. You don't want it? That's the fucking door. That attitude has worked with me. Because I'm going to go the extra mile, and the extra mile, because I'm in the transformation business, not the transaction. So it got to be worth it.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? So why no year will be new if you stay the same? What else can you tell the world overall, any episode? Because, growth begins at the end of your comfort zone. What can you tell the world overall?
What I could say is that, I feel as if a lot of people think it's easier said than done, but it's all about how you perceive it. And if you really want something for yourself, you're going to make it happen. You're not going to allow your circumstances to discourage you or take away from the potential that you have. At the end of the day, you just have to use the resources you have, be grateful for what you have, and just go get it.
And Jasmine, I had one last question. My bad. Yeah. Why do you think people find it so hard to embrace the unknown, even when they want change?
That's a great question. I feel as if, say one more time, please.
Why do you think people find it so hard to embrace the unknown, even when they want change? Like, they want to change, but they don't want to embrace, going the unknown route. You get me? That's why in this organization, is leaders creating leaders that are supposed to be what? Creating leaders that are supposed to what? Be creating leaders. So I've noticed that people that have leadership qualities, they like thinking for themselves. They don't like being told what to do. Those are my type of people. Most people, they want to be told what to do. It doesn't sit right with me if I got to tell you what to do. You get me? That's why I like letting people flow, if it makes sense. Because I love thinkers. Because I'm a thinker myself. That's why I love being around like-minded people. You get me? People that are aligned with the same values. It makes sense?
Yeah.
So why do you think people find it so hard to embrace the unknown, even when they want to change?
I feel as if because people want to stick with what they're familiar with. People don't want to take that chance in like discovering or taking a step. Because I remember you had did an episode and you had said, commit first, figure out things later. And people, I feel as if they want certainty. They want to know like how things are going to end up. But I feel as if when you commit first, things are going to fall into place. I feel as if people want everything planned and they want to know the outcome right away. But you have to have a good outcome, you have to like focus on becoming that person and like dive out of the comfort zone. That people just, because me personally, I feel as if I kind of relate to that question because a part of me has been, kind of like in my past.
Yeah.
I get overwhelmed sometimes. But like in my past, what I could say is that I know that there's certain steps that I need to take to be able to achieve what I need to achieve. But just simply because I'm so familiar and so comfortable with like the place that I'm in, I don't want to take those steps just because of laziness, simply because of laziness or just because of procrastination. So it could just be something so simple that people, don't want to do for themselves. But at the end of the day, guys, 2025 is here. A new year doesn't make you a new person. You could become a new person today. It's all about the decisions that you make today.
So start today. Turn that one day into day one. And Yasmine, you want to promote the next episode that we're going to do?
Yes. So guys, faith over fear, episode 22. We're keeping up the consistency. Make sure you tune in. And
It's on the bio, DFitNY. I always get
Oh, yes. DFitNYCast.
DFitNYCast.
Yes. And thank you, Carlos.
No, thank you, Yasmine. Now, let's turn that one day into day one with J.I.D. Consistency over motivation. Even though consistency 360, is Manny. But at the end of the day, we all got to be consistent. CMR stands for not Carlos Manuel Reyes. It stands for consistency, multiply, reinvest when it comes to sales. But when it comes to marketing, it stands for the C, create, market, repeat. These are little steps that I basically use myself just to get myself, going when it comes to everything I've done in my life. You got me? Because business is simple. People go to business school to learn business 5 years, X amount of years. When they graduate, they don't know shit about business. Because to learn business is like basketball. You could go and watch, get books on basketball, go watch basketball games. You got me? It's not the same when you play the game. You got me? Playing the game is totally different than, if it makes sense. So, how you doing, first of all, Andy?
Excelentemente bien, Carlos. Blessed and highly favored. Positivo, productivo y intencional. Spiritually, you want to have that good connection with God. So every day is a new day. He already gave you a new opportunity. Now go create opportunities for others. And little do you know, you're going to have opportunities created for yourself.
Mix it up with why no year will be new if you stay the same.
Of course.
So
that's why you have that
with
spirit.
God, you think God is going to change with people if they don't change?
Yeah, it all starts with the change yourself. How far are you going to meet him? How I say like this, people pray like this, but God is waiting for you halfway, but he's not going to go to the corner and highlight it. It's like cuchara la boca. You got to earn it.
So the horse, you could what?
You could show him where the water's at. Can't force him to drink it. Can't. And mentalmente, the more you learn, the more you earn. You got to have that scripture talk in your mind. The word of God, it will change your life. And simply also visit many books, but live in the Bible.
So the Bible helps people build their character.
Of course.
So what can you tell the Carlos of the world that they read the Bible every day, the Bible verse of the day? Like, if it makes sense. Do we have to read the whole Bible like completely?
I won't tell Carlos nothing. The only thing I'll tell Carlos and the people in the world, the thing that I've done is just start picking up the word and reading a couple pages a day.
I want to read today's Bible verse of the day.
Go ahead.
That's how you say it. Second Timothy 2:15.
2
de Timoteo 2:15.
Chapter 2, verse 15.
Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly handles the word of truth. What does that mean to you, Andy?
Repeat that again, please.
Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly handles the word of truth?
First, you got to break it down. You got to break it down into so many ways. I'm going to take a look at it so I can break it down.
Break it down. I'll break it down. 3 things. The first one is do your best to present yourself to God as one approved.
That's
Break
it.
that down.
Stop right there. Do your best to present yourself as God. Like I wrote today on my story, I was just ranting. I was in the toilet and I was like, let me go on a rant on IG. And I said, the best gift I could give to people is my best version. The best gift we could give to God is our best version. Like
And
I
the best gift they could give us
is the best version.
Do you want people to bring you drama? Bullshit. Their misery loves company.
Man, that episode, God's plan versus your plan. Manny gave a testimonial about how he said he was in a relationship and a thought came into his mind. Something told him, leave her. And he ain't do it. And he had to pay the price. So meaning that refers to you got to listen to God because God speaks to us in many ways. Sometimes
you guys did an episode, shout it out.
God's plan versus your plan, GPH podcast. Sometimes
it's on the bio, the link.
Sometimes we think we know what's best, but the best way is God's way, and we got to be able to listen. Meditation is medication. That's what you say.
So now a worker who does not need to be ashamed.
Never be ashamed of implementing you got to start somewhere to get. Of serving.
Meaning we're all serving, because at the end of the day, we're all serving.
Amen.
Remember, we get paid in direct proportion to the difficulties of the
problems we
solve. So everybody's got to be solving something.
Correct.
You got me? You could literally be throwing out the garbage, but you're serving. You got me? They have to tell you to throw out the garbage, right? But you're serving, because you're not gonna eat. You don't work. You don't eat.
There's so many gems in that book. There's so many gems that he talks about. Like
if you help enough people get what they want, Zig Ziglar.
Exactly.
You get what you want.
And most people don't even take time to write out their goals. If you do more than what you're paid for, you eventually get more than.
Listen to the audio too, because the audio is Zig Ziglar himself.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Okay.
You got me?
So basically, do more than what you're being paid for, and everything you do it with love.
The man that does more than he's paid for would eventually get paid more than he does.
And then who correctly handles the word of truth.
So what does that mean?
Truth, you could break it down to so many ways. Obviously, they're talking about the word of God, but also the truth are blind spots. Like,
so when we tell people the truth, are we hurting them or are we helping them?
It's all perspective.
So when they're in fear zone, comfort zone, we're hurting them. Because they're in victim mentality. They take it personal. They take it as an attack. But when they decide to grow, get rid of their old ways. Grow, get rid of their weaknesses. Because they want to what? Grow in order to live their dreams.
Correct.
Now they take the truth and be like, shit, it makes sense. Shout out to the Mars of the world. I told them today he smelled like barraco. Go ask the Jandi and the people what barraco means. You got me? Because if I told you 1, 2, 3, I'm not going to sit here. But I was practicing my breathing. Sometimes you got to see the blessing out of everything. Right?
Correct.
Most people might look at me like I'm here embarrassing people. Yeah. Like, yo, bro, what you rather have? A bitch tell you that shit? Or a nigga like me? You got me? I don't care if you call me motherfucker. Call me whatever the fuck you want to call me. Your words are not going to hurt me. You got me?
Correct.
All I know is I did my job.
And then
my job is to bring you that awareness.
And then on that physical pillar, discipline, consistency over motivation. You need, because motivation gets you going. Discipline keeps you growing. So you want to be disciplined. Just start with the spiritual connection with God, the mental pillar, the physical, your emotions. You want to have them in check. You don't want to go into your feelings because every day is going to be the same thing. Every time an obstacle comes in, every time you do something wrong, you mess up, you're going to get into your feelings. You're not going to be able to learn that and use that to help build your castle and just help you. Thomas Edison failed like 1,000 times before.
10,000 times, the light bulb.
But he kept going. He just simply found out what didn't work 10,000 times. So he pretty
straight up. I respect more a man or a woman that has failed and never quit than just people that try once and they just fucking quit. Oh, this shit don't work. You got me?
Quitters never win.
You see,
winners never quit.
I want to be labeled as a. I don't even want to be labeled as a successful man. I'd rather they gotta call me a successful failure or some shit like that. I'm just willing to fail more than fucking people. By the time people are here in analysis paralysis, they can, like, the perfect plan. I already took 10,000 shots. By the time I took 10,000 shots, I already figured the rhythm. I don't know if that makes sense.
And you could apply that to the financial pillar. Find out a way what problem you could solve for people. How could we help you solve that mental problem? Every day is a new opportunity. So just let opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait too long, you'll miss them. Don't wait for the new year. Start today. Turn that one day into day one.
We're talking about consistency over motivation, right? So you already discussed the importance of consistency in building a foundation for success, right? So why is consistency more important than motivation in achieving lasting change? Once again.
Consistency, because consistency leads to discipline. Like I said, motivation gets you going, but discipline is what keeps you growing. You don't have consistency, then the progress you make is just gonna help. It's like taking 2 steps forward and taking 1 step back.
What message you got from that video of the guy that started Punta Cana? Did you saw the video I played?
Yeah.
What message you got from that video? It was, even though it was in Spanish.
I mean, you're gonna have to refresh my memory, Carlos. That was like an hour ago. Too much information in this mind. If you can, I would appreciate that.
Para mí es muy importante en las nuevas generaciones. Mensaje que para mí es muy importante en las nuevas generaciones. Lo primero, que además de tener visión, hay que tener perseverancia. Compromiso. Si tú crees que las cosas van a tener éxito el otro día, entonces tú vas a ser un fracasado, porque te vas a amargar. Las cosas toman su tiempo. Punta Cana dio pérdida de 22 años. Hoy la gente, esa gente gana muchísimo cuarto.
No me digas.
¿Por qué tú no te quedaste 22 años y 7 años sin cobrar? Que fue cuando mis padres y mi hermano me llamaron para decirme, deja eso, tú no puedes seguir en eso, tú estás perdiendo tus mejores años, tú tienes 3 hijos pequeños, tú tienes una mujer. Sabes que para mí es muy importante en la nueva generación.
What message you got from that video? That's the guy, literally Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, where people marrying, and from Punta Cana it led to Cap Cana. That was the first villa that I bought in Dominican Republic, Cap Cana. If it makes sense, when they were in new development.
Yeah.
You got me? And just because of that guy, there's Casa de Campo on a different level, Puerto Plata desarrolló, but somebody led the way. You got me? He believed. He saw where nobody wanted to do anything, but he saw the nice this, that, let's build. How can we make this city, and turn it into a tourist where the Americanos, the los árabes, los judíos, los polacos. Yo, you go to any of those things, bro, straight up, there's more fucking international people and tourists than fucking Dominican people, bro. when you're Dominican, you go there, they look at you like, minimum, you gotta be rich as fuck. Straight up.
It's true. The only Dominicans, 9 times out of 10, are the people that work there.
Yeah, right?
Correct. But what I took from it is, like, he chased his dreams for as long as I've been alive. I'm 22 years old. He said he failed 22 years. He waited 22
and
years.
You saw how his parents, his brother told him, hey, this shit ain't working. Quit that shit.
But what he said, perseverance, he kept going through the fire no matter what. And that's how gold turns into gold. They go through all that
So
pressure.
when you have a vision, remember, people perish because of lack of vision. Most people, they don't have no vision. Proverbs 29:18. People perish because of lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6. Those 2 Bible verses are the 2 Bible verses that could change any man, any woman's life. You got me? And people are going to basically take those verses and they're going to basically, interpretarlo a su manera. Right? Depending on their level of understanding. So what can you tell the world overall, like just when it comes to that?
Winners never quit and quitters never win. If you quit, then you're not going to know what the what is. But if you stay grinding no matter how long, Jeff Bezos took like 10 plus years. That man took 20 years. So if you believe that whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve.
What is your vision? Tell the world that.
Tell people accomplish their dreams. As obviously right now, we got to 10 through the grace of God. Now it's 100. Then just keep 10xing it.
Elaborate a little more.
Help people accomplish their dreams and stay with a percentage.
So
get equity.
You're helping people with the right attitude, positive mental attitude, right?
Yes.
Because positive mental attitude is the #1 step to riches. What comes last in the list?
Money.
When you go in the conference room, the 12 steps to riches, right?
Money.
Think and Grow Rich. Whoever haven't read the book, Think and Grow Rich, the 12 steps to riches. What comes last in the list?
Money.
But what comes first?
Positive mental attitude.
But where do people fail?
They want to reverse engineer on the wrong things.
You see everything.
Reverse
right?
engineer. Correct.
So we're helping people get from A to B to C to D. Okay, we could help a person go from A to Z. We could help you get in the elevator. But you still gotta know, even though you're in the elevator, there's still certain letters that you might be missing that we might, as coaches, mentors, bring you that awareness.
The foundation got to be strong.
Right or wrong?
Of course.
So if the foundation is not strong, it's like what you sow, it's what you reap. If you're sowing, for example, a seed, right? You got to water it. But when that tree starts growing, the root starts. So it starts at the bottom. It's like the iceberg. People see the success, but they don't see it under the iceberg. They don't see the hard work, late nights, the perseverance, the discipline, the consistency. You got me?
Of course.
Work hard inside and let success make the noise. So, Andy, another question. How do you stay consistent when motivation isn't enough, bro?
Okay, motivation. I just remember that I got to do it no matter what. I forgot who I was telling, but nobody gonna care. Like I always said, nobody gonna care for me how much as I care for me. If I don't do it for myself, then who gonna do it for me? I always been an individual that I take pride in that. I know that's a bad thing, but I understand that I gotta rely on myself because for as much, I always live by that saying, so I gotta practice what I preach. I could show the horse where the water's at, but I can't force him to drink it. I gotta be willing to put in some type of work, and I believe and I have faith that God will help me along that way.
Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Robert Collier. What else can you tell the world overall when it comes to today's episode, 2024? I mean,
man, I'm gonna read.
We're almost in 2025. Why no year will be new if you stay the same.
The thing.
So if you wouldn't basically, last year, do you remember the Jandy last year? And the Jandy prior to that year?
I remember. Huh? I remember.
What do you remember?
I remember from what, 2023 or starting this year?
Look at it, rewind back. Act like, okay, we're in 2024.
Yeah.
Act like we are in 2023 and you're doing an episode speaking to the Jandy right now for the upcoming year.
For the upcoming year, you came a long way, bro. Just keep doing what you're doing. Surround yourself around. Let go of those leeches. The people that don't serve you, for as much as it hurts you. I said it last time because that's my biggest obstacle. Like, I love people and I surround myself, but I only hurt myself. I try to be that person that I never had in my life, but some people don't want the help.
So now you understand that we got to allocate people in two categories, assets or liabilities. Sounds messed up. Liabilities are they what? Take away from you.
You want me to be honest?
They take energy. Forget about, just the energy, the time, the attention. Just the peace of mind, and bro, just the negative thoughts that they dump. You got me? Now you understand why you gotta protect your mind like your life depends on it? Because your mind is your garden. A lot of people don't protect their mind. They let their mother, they let their dog, they can my mom, they can call me, they can milk. Using that as an example. Fuck I look like.
I had a question for you, Carlos. Have you ever felt like a lot of people in your life are liabilities? 90%?
Bro, you want me to tell you straight up? Straight up?
I asked you the question.
Huh?
I asked you the question.
Huh? I don't focus on liability. I only focus on asset. If I would have focused on looking at people as liability, I just focused on what I wanted. I wanted to first to take care of my relationship with God, the relationship with myself, and then so I could become the person. Because remember, yesterday I read something when it comes to your new self will cost you your old self, and I read this. Look, I said, hold up, you don't have dreams, you have. Give me a second. Instead of thinking about what you do want, what do you not want? Hold up. No one's coming to save you. You want a better life? Go build it. Oh, want to find high-value partner. Become high-value partner. Greatness attracts greatness. And I told you, let's do that episode. Greatness attracts greatness. So, for example, in my case, I'll say, okay, who are the people doing it the biggest in the city? I'm going to surround myself around them. But I started bringing them value. I didn't go approach them asking them, what can you do for me? I don't know if that makes sense.
You got yourself.
I became a customer first. I became a tenant first. I'm going to rent from the richest man in the city or the richest woman. Okay, who's that person? I'm going to rent the location for them. And I want to pay the rent and hire. And that's how I built the relationship. Now, simple. I'm going to just be myself. I'm not going to chase. You got me? And simple. What if the relationship is meant, it's meant. When you're your authentic self and you be yourself, two things happen. You attract those people that will respect you and love you how you are. Yeah. And you're going to scare away those that do not value and respect you how you are. Because most people, they're not going to like, for example, in my case, my aura, my energy is too much. I know it. is too much for those people they're too little. Straight up. Most people, to get their energy to my level in enlightenment, you gotta literally you gotta go through so many fucking inner work. And to do inner work, you gotta separate yourself. Elevation requires separation. So instead of focusing on liabilities, focus on you becoming an asset. Remember what I just read. Greatness attracts what? Greatness. I don't say I'm great. Man lie, woman lie, numbers speak louder than words. So I don't go and hear what people tell me. I don't even go watch what people do. Because people who go to the gym and no fucking results. People who go work every day and no fucking results. Why is that? Why do you think is that?
I don't know.
I have the answer to that.
What do you think?
Results is even a decision. Notice that I'm going to use my own self. When I say, hey, 10% body fat, lean, my body a certain way, a month, 2 months, I do it. Because you got to speak to your own self. You got to write a contract with your own self. You got to have a commitment with your own self. If you don't hold your own self accountable, who will? And everything starts with your physical body. That's why when you go to the gym, when we go to the gym, straight laser focus. Because the thing is, you're not just showing yourself self-respect. You're also telling others, look at the pain I put myself through. So you will never have to put me through that pain. You tell your own self what to do, nobody will ever tell you what to do. Complete self-discipline, isn't it one of the steps of riches?
Number 10.
Number 10. What's number 11?
Wisdom to understand people.
And number 12?
Financial security.
And what people will go first?
Last.
And most people don't have discipline. And they don't even know what self-discipline means.
Man, they feel on the attitude.
Huh?
They feel on the attitude.
And the attitude, you add up all the words, equals 100. Qué maldita coincidencia. That's why you got to mirror them.
But I'm going to put this, I'm here, man.
People call me crazy when I say, shout out to Manny from GPH podcast and you, that we did an episode mirroring people.
Yeah.
You got to mirror people. In the street, you got to be street. I don't care what nobody tells me. Professional, you got to know how to act your certain things. I don't know if that makes sense.
You got to act the part.
You got to act, it makes sense or no? When we in the basketball, it's basketball. We go, vamos a decir que una fiesta dominicana. Ya ahí, you see a different Carlos. Even though I don't drink, tú me vas a ver bailando, que esto, que lo otro. That's, because I know how to basically, like a chameleon, you got to know how to camouflage. I don't know if that makes sense. What you were going to say?
I'm going to say, people say 2025 is coming. People say 2025, I'm coming different. Laughing emojis. I'm coming different every day, and I challenge you to do the same. Turn that one day into day one. Every day is a new opportunity. What you saying tomorrow, I'm going to do this. Procrastination is the assassination to every destination, but to your destination. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you. Success is the sum of efforts, small efforts repeated day in, day out. Making money is an action, Manny. Keeping money is a behavior, but growing money is wisdom. You know, most people that don't have wisdom, you know that?
Nope.
You know why?
Why?
Because when they ask God for the car. They ask God for the home.
The wrong things.
They be asking God the wrong thing. You know what King Solomon asked God?
What?
He didn't ask God for more riches. He asked God for more wisdom. And God gave him all the riches he wanted. Like, how can you ask God for something when you haven't became the person, you're not doing the stuff? Like, God is abundant. He's going to give you everything.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
Because when we leave this world, do we take anything?
Nope.
So in this world, we could have everything.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
How you doing, first of all, Brother Manny, today?
Fenomenalmente, perfectamente, excelentemente bien.
Before you keep on with the thing, you know the words you use, you become that. Lately that you've been using those 5 pillars, that every day you remember those 5 pillars. Do you see more clarity now with your future, the world overall? You know, the Manny 2.0, Manny 3.0? Do you see now it's in your hand, the boss in your hand now?
A little bit more awareness, of course. 1,000%. I'm striving to get better. Prosing every day 2% or more. I'm not settling for 1%.
I respect that. 1% is too little. That's 15 minutes. You could literally become an elite shooter in basketball if you dedicate 15 minutes a day. You literally become in the 1% of the world if every day you shoot for 15 minutes. Most people, they don't know that. That's how easy it is to get better. So a man that doesn't know Spanish or a woman that doesn't know Spanish, just 15 minutes in their calendar every day, they'll literally speak fluent Spanish. Self-taught.
1,000%.
Positivo, productivo, intentional.
What was
the 5 pillars.
The name of the title? Well, the Why New Year?
Why no year will be new if you stay the same.
Well, no year will be new if you don't got the connection with God spiritually, espiritualmente, that's connection with God. If you're not dedicating at least 15 minutes to read the Bible, to get to talk to thyself, if you're not getting to gain more, if you don't want to just spiritually connect with God for 15 minutes, you're not gonna do good. Yeah, mentalmente, no new year is gonna no new year. No, you won't see nothing in a new year if you.
Why no year will be new if you stay the same?
Why no year will be new if you stay?
It sounds funny though, the title.
Why no year will be new, right?
Yeah. Why no year
new,
will be new if you stay the same?
Why no year will be new if you don't, for you especially if you're not developing your mindset mentalmente, if you're not reading books, if you're not trying to gain more knowledge, more awareness of who you are and where you're heading, and físicamente, no year will be new if you're not putting in the work constantly in the gym for 15 minutes is too late. You gotta do at least 30 minutes to an hour, at least on the 30 minutes on the treadmill. Either way, dedicate yourself to the gym to see yourself as a new person for a new year. No year will be new if you're not emotionally controlling your emotions, if you're not emotionally developing your mind on how to master your emotions, on how to not get into your feelings. No year will be new if you're not financially helping other people gain more knowledge or gain more money themselves, if you're not helping people escape the rat race. Positivo, productivo y intencional. El que no vive para servir no sirve para vivir. He who does not live to serve doesn't deserve living.
Let's talk about why most people repeat the same resolutions year after year without seeing results. So why do so many people fall into the trap of making the resolutions without real change?
Because everybody can make a promise to themselves about them becoming a new person, but then the first month they might feed onto it a little bit. They might gain a little focus, but by February they're gonna continue the old habits on where they were and who they were before. And if they're not changing that, then they won't see a new person ever.
I'm gonna tell you, you want to change, bro? Straight up.
Talk to me.
From the bottom of my heart, I'll never give an advice to people, but I'm gonna tell you the advice I gave myself. Tell me who you're with, and I'm gonna tell you who you are when you're headed. But you want to change, bro? Tell them bum ass nigga that where you cut hair at, to suck my dick. I'm saying that shit on video. Suck my dick, motherfuckers. Suck my dick. You want to change? Do not be around bum ass niggas.
Right.
Do not be around bum ass niggas, bro.
It's a fact.
Bro, I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, bro. I see you as a brother. Bro, them niggas, in another word, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with.
Of course.
You surround yourself with bums, you become what?
A bum?
Huh?
A bum? If you feed onto it,
right?
Of course.
No, bro. Not even if you don't feed onto it, bro.
You gotta develop your character.
No, you see, that's where people fail. No.
You can't get into your emotions.
No, why you think I'm bringing this up? Why no year will be the same if you stay the same?
No, 1,000%.
If you stay in implementation, straight up.
Okay.
Right? Bro, 99% of fucking barbers, all they do is fucking gossip.
1,000%.
Right?
Of course.
And I talk like this, I tell the motherfuckers to their fucking face. I'll take the whole group and eat them all alive. Let them fucking touch me para ver si ellos son guapos. Los mamahuevazos eso. Lo hijo de su maldita madre eso. Talking shit. Because they don't have this shit together. I'm an actor, but I speak the truth. You want to change, bro? And I'm bringing this up for a reason. Not just for you. Your circle, bro. Everything lands in your circle. You're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. I could sit here for life just talk about the power of your circle. Bro, everything lands in circle. Read the book Surrounded by Idiots. Read the book The Laws of Human Nature. Read books on anything that has to do with when it comes to dealing with people. 80% of our success is how well we deal with people. But understand, a rotten apple will disturb your peace of mind, bro. If you're around people with problems, remember, misery loves what?
Company.
Now you understand why I mirror people, mirror energy. You got me? Most people, they don't want the best for themselves. So that's why you got to send that energy.
You're going to copy their energy?
Bro, it's about mirroring.
Right.
You can't come to the street and fucking be professional. They'll eat you alive.
Nah, of course.
Huh? Go to the basketball court or go play fucking football. Go play fucking a sport where there's a bunch of fucking douchebag motherfuckers. You got me? And go like a simp. They'll smack the shit out of you.
Facts.
Try it out.
Nah.
Bro, I grew in fucking school number 11. A bunch of fucking gangs. Ask me if I got in a gang. That was the lowest vibration shit I ever saw. A bunch of dicks together. Nigga, you see me with a bitch. Fuck out of here. They can see me with a nigga.
1,000%.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
1,000%.
Fuck out of here. They can see me with a bunch of dicks. The fuck I look like? If I don't like see my dick, imagine seeing your dick, nigga. But in another word, man, the point I'm trying to bring across, bro, if you don't literally say enough is enough with the barbershop, bro, straight up, why no year will be new if you stay the same? That's still implementation. And the bad thing about those type of businesses is that they gossip. They gossip. All they do is gossip. The client comes, they cut their hair, they don't talk shit to the client. The client leaves, they're talking shit. Facts? How the fuck you're here talking shit about your own customers? Like, to me, it doesn't make sense. I'm not saying all barbers are the same, but dime con quién anda y te diré quién eres.
Right.
Notice, with all due respect, cops. You know, like, there's guys that went to school with me and girls, and I have family members that are cops. Bro, they act the same.
Igualito.
Igualito. Cut from the same cloth. Saludan igual, miran igual, caminan igual, cagan igual. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But in another word, the energy I try to bring, the paint, so people can reflect on you, is that you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with, right? Because those people are literally, instead of them helping you, they're not helping you, bro. Straight up. They're liabilities.
I'm not looking for any help from them, but I understand.
Bro, you're not understanding.
I understand, but I'm separate.
We're talking about why no year will be new if you stay the same.
Well, I'm separating myself from them. Trust the process.
What else can you tell the world overall, Manny? You know, we're talking about the illusion of change.
Ask me more questions.
What advice would you give to someone who wants this year to be different but doesn't know where to start?
Know thyself. Know who you are. Know who you are. Become more aware of yourself. Become more aware of your skills and what you don't have skills on. So like, if you know you're not, if you know you don't got skills in something, better that. Like work on.
What skills can you recommend them now that you're talking about skills?
Your skill on just developing your mind, your skill on reading books, your skill on going to the gym, your skill on actually having a connection with God, going to church, developing just.
Those are pretty much habits. But when it comes skills, you want to basically develop high income skill sets, right? What's a high income skill set? Like, for example, you in implementation as a barber, you can monetize your services anywhere in the world, right? But imagine if you have leadership skills, right? Leadership skills, you're able to move people. You know, a person that moves people is more valuable straight up than a person that has to do the work themselves. Would you rather be moving people or people moving you?
No, I'm moving people.
Okay, so leadership skills. A lot of people, shout out to the Estebans of the world. Esteban, sending you love. He called me up today. He's like, yo, I got to get into the organization. Carlos, can I go record tomorrow? For Business Wisdom 333. And my New Year resolution, I wrote it down. I got to be around you guys because I lost myself. I'm here a little lost, doing this, doing that.
We'll see what happens by February. Right? We'll see.
I believe him this time. You got me? I believe him. You got me? I do believe him. He called me up today at 3:04. If you don't mind, one second. Let's see if he picks up. He doesn't know we're live. We talking about imagine if Esteban is alive. Why no year will be new if you stay the same.
Hey, Carlos.
My brother Esteban, how you doing, brother?
Good, bro. How are you, man?
I'm here calling you back. I know you called me today and we were speaking. Bro, I want you to tell me what you were telling me.
That I want to really spend more time with, people who are into self-development. Like, I want to get better, if that makes sense.
Why do you want to get better, bro?
Because it's just, I look at everything like it's a game now, and you got to get your skills up. But I know that, like, I'm not living to my potential, and I feel really bad about that. So I want to make sure that que yo aproveche cosas así, I take advantage of the time and everything.
That's true. Now I love it that you're seeing everything as a game. You get me? Especially, like, for example, just using you in basketball, one of the best shooters I've seen thus far. But, everything affects everything. If the body ain't right, it affects everything else. It's like a domino effect, If the mind ain't right, so you want to basically align everything. Bro, I want you to answer me one question. Why no year will be new if you stay the same? Why no year will be new if you stay the same?
Why no year will be new?
Yeah, why no year will be new if you stay the same? Why do you think?
All right, I'll give you my opinion. I'm not too sure.
No, I respect that. That's what.
I've always heard that, like, life is always dependent on what's inside of you. Like, it could always be the same, mildew routine, or if you change, your life changes. So to me, it makes sense. Like, if you don't change, life doesn't change. A new year will never seem new.
So in another word, your external world is a reflection of your inner world. So if you change your inner world, right, it's all perspective, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my respect, bro. See you tomorrow. Business Wisdom 333. Es mentira. Esteban, I see Esteban, 10% body fat. Es mentira.
Amen, bro.
Imagine you dunking right now. Bro, see you tomorrow. Thank you for the call today, too. Thank you.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
See, Esteban is, you see, we don't chase. We attract. But notice how yesterday I called them out. You got me? The Estebans of the world. It's not that I'm here trying to belittle people. You got me? I'm just trying to bring awareness. Like, yo, his skill sets overall, he's an excellent person. But going back, so I could go with Manny from GPH podcast.
So why no year will be new if you're not just getting things done, if you're not having habits, if you're not creating new habits, if you're not developing your mind, sharpening your tools on becoming more financially free, not escaping the rat race, you know what I mean? If you're not developing the people around you, escape, right? Separation.
Elevation requires separation. So in another word, the difference between hoping for change and taking action.
1,000%.
If you always do what you always done, you always get what you always got. So in another word, the manies of the world are always cutting hair. Sometimes hay que coger un pique. Y decir, mira, no voy a cortar un pelo ni matado. I'd rather starve. Because now that time, imagine That 1 hour, like I broke that down to Mars, getting paid $22 an hour. I'm like, yo, if I was you, I'll read 10 books. Dedicate 40 hours. Instead of me making $600 a week, I'll read 10 books on financial literacy. Or I'll read 3 books on sales, 3 books on marketing. That's what, 6? Then I'll read 3 books on what? Business acumen skills.
9.
And then I'll read a book on just overall mindset.
10.
Overall.
Right.
His whole life will change.
But what I can say is just get a mentor. Know who you are. Know thyself. Find a mentor. Find somebody that can
Hold you accountable.
hold you accountable. Just stay on top of you and want to see you better. Want to see you grow. And want to see you in a better place than what you're in. Which should be yourself. You should want that for yourself. And stay confident. Believe in yourself. Have that spiritual connection with God. So God can lead you and God can guide you through the whole process. And you won't ever feel alone.
Thank you for always shouting out God. Thank you, Manny.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to go with Manny from GPA's podcast. Accountability drives change. So just like Manny from Consistency 360 said, you know, we got to have accountability partners. How you doing, brother Manny, today?
Excelentemente bien, Carlos. You won't see a new year if you don't have these 5 pillars consistent. You won't see a new year. This is the only thing that's not going to change in the new year.
The 5 pillars.
Right? Espiritualmente, spiritually, mentalmente, mentally, físicamente, physically, emocionalmente, emotionally, financieramente, financially. Porque que no sirve para servir, no sirve para vivir. He who is not fit to serve does not deserve to live. And we out here, positive, productive, and intentional.
Thank you, brother. So your segment, accountability drives change, bro. So accountability is the glue. Give me a second. Accountability. Hold up, I lost it. Okay. If you always do what you always done, you always get what you always got, right? But accountability is the glue that ties commitment to results. So overall, in today's episode, what message you probably got, or what awareness you want to bring to the world, and also tell the world the episode you did with Andy, and just break anything down before I go with the questions and so on.
So GPH podcast, today we did an episode, God's Plan versus Your Plan. And with my brother Andy, we tapped in, and I believe that it goes into what we're doing right now. So for 2025, if you want it to be a new year, you have to know how to be submissive to God's plan and how to align your plan with God's plan. Many are the plans of a man, but it's God's plan who prevails. That's Proverbs 19:21. And I'm excited, man, because I hope you said it right? My segment is accountability. I'm excited to hold myself accountable.
Accountability drives change. So can you share how accountability and leveraging community can help people stay on track? So here in this organization, we're building a community of leaders creating leaders, as you know. You got me? So can you share anything, why leveraging a community can help people stay on track? Being around like-minded people that we all share, the same purpose of helping people accomplish their dream, helping people find their purpose. Because there's a lot of people that are lost, right? But I feel like we could be those people. I feel like we're chosen ones. I feel like we could be light where there's darkness.
I believe that also. Your quote says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. You need that community to hold you accountable. Before you learn how to hold yourself accountable, because that's an obstacle for many people, I think that's what turns another year instead of a new year. It's that they don't know how to hold themselves accountable. They don't know how to go the extra mile holding themselves accountable. And then they don't have the right people around them that's doing the same thing.
So how has accountability helped you and your audience now that you're creating an audience on GPA's podcast in creating change? Have you, had people hit you up, hey, bro, that episode that you did, impacted me, like, from your podcast?
Yes, so...
Any testimonial, anything,
To be honest, I've only gotten positive feedback since I started my podcast, glory be to God. And the only feedback that I get that's constructive criticism is, look into the camera more, don't use too many times or But what I would say is yesterday was a very interesting day. So Josue, he called me J. Andy gave him my number. And
Which Josue?
Josue that we play basketball with. Shout out Josue.
The little?
The one that he has the cut, he gets the little. You always call
Meaning
him
that
about
he's
his
like
haircut.
my height.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess. So
I like Josue.
I want to give that example where he indirectly, now that we're using the word accountability, he was holding me accountable to what I'm saying on the podcast, holding me accountable to what you're saying on your podcast, to what he's saying on his podcast, and what's going on in his organization. And it was a great conversation. I love the way I was able to respond to his questions. I love the way that he was interested to ask the questions. And I would say that's a beautiful testimony, man. Hopefully with time, Josue will get more interested.
He'll be like, and the funny thing is, when I first met Josue, we were gonna kill each other.
Me too.
Like, that's how our relationship started.
We were gonna fight.
Like, we were gonna fight too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Josue, you know what I mean? I love him, bro. But Josue, at first, when I first met him, I don't know what was going on with him.
Yeah. But as time has gone on, along with Josue, I've had other people, other individuals, even today. So I went to my boy's house before I came here to pick something up. He was like, "Oh, what's today's episode gonna be about? Or what's this? What's that?" So now I have to continue holding myself accountable and what my vision is for GPH, and also and what my role is for the organization.
That's just a matter of us now getting more clarity overall, not simply to you, but to the whole organization. Because our goal is to do events, right? Every month, right? We want to hold the Wealth Map Summit. We want to help people with the massive action plan to wealth, right? So they can understand that you could literally leverage other people's experience. So we want to help everybody not simply become public speakers, but become business coaches, life coaches, overall business advisors. You got me, business loan brokers. You got me? So we're creating a whole organization, an investor network where we all helping each other. You got me? Using our resources. Somebody gets into the organization, we could help them right away with the dream car, dream home, but everything started with the dream business. So in another word, we want to help people be, do, have, right? You could have everything you want to have as long as you're willing to put in the work, do the stuff in order to become the person, right? Because what you become is more important than what you get. And simply, we are in the transformation business, not in the transaction. A lot of people who think, that everything is just the money. A lot of people think even to get into the organization. I personally, transmit a message that we want to make it hard, but it's not hard to get into the organization as long as you have a positive mental attitude, as long as you're willing to basically not simply become your best version, but as long as you're willing to lead by example and as a leader to create leaders that could create leaders, right? People think that they need money. There's people that could get into the organization that we will not let them put $1. And there's people that they have to put probably, X amount just to Make sense?
Absolutely.
Right? And there's certain things, because I know my worth. I know what I could bring, not simply just to you, but to the organization, to the world. I know what I could bring to the table. That's why when in my podcast, I tell people straight up, this is not even my podcast. This is our podcast. It's like the domino effect, the one that we use as a consistent, right? So we could just, para yo desahogarme, talk about the vision, just question everything.
Yeah.
Because I'm all about questioning things. Why this, why that, why ta. So whatever question I feel like, in the moment the world needs, or I could give clarity to people, I just bring that question up, right? But obviously, we all have our podcast, right? So CMR Podcast Network, I'm not saying I'm leading the way, because look at us, Sam from Capital Games. Sam from Capital Games, CMR Podcast has like less than 60,000 views, long form videos, right? Sam from Capital Games, he has almost like 30,000, 20,000 something, right? He started but at the end of the day, we're all partners.
Yeah.
So just bringing a perspective that it doesn't matter if somebody stars and could surprise us, because it could be something that could go viral from your podcast or from my podcast.
Well, that's what you want.
You got me? Because we want to impact.
I want the other person to win also. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we want to basically impact over income. Because when we focus on impacting, the income is going to come regardless. Notice that people that are chasing the money, they don't get the money. But when you focus on creating the garden, and you're gonna attract the butterflies. Make sense or no?
Yeah.
So when you create the garden, you have the systems and process. That's what we're organizing, systems and process. So we all got our podcast, right? Now we're all gonna have also our business consulting as well, because that's the goal. Like for example, look at Jayandi. Jayandi has, as a leader, creating leaders, he has 10 people. It makes sense? So we rather have 1% of 100 businesses than 100% of one business. John D. Rockefeller, he said he'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of his effort. Make sense?
Yeah.
So we're here just taking things, you know, I don't want to say in context, but taking it to the next level, innovating, right? I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
What else can you tell the world overall, you know, when it comes to accountability driving change? Before I ask you the next question.
Accountability is the only thing that's going to drive the change. You have to know how to hold yourself accountable. And I think...
have you been in a position that, in a period of your life that you didn't hold yourself accountable?
Absolutely.
Probably that you blamed the world, blame other circumstances, blame this.
I never been a person to blame the world, but I have been a person that doesn't hold myself accountable and thinks that he could finesse his way through life. So, you know, finesse, right?
Like
so,
shortcuts.
Exactly.
You used to go, you know, take shortcuts?
Well, I think that when we're young, we have that mind state where we think we can conquer everything and we don't have to take the full route to get to it, right? And
easy comes, easy goes.
And that's you not holding yourself accountable to what the reality is. The reality is you have systems and process, that those systems is going to get you the outcome that you want.
So when you earn things, not get things handed, because it's easy to, you know, just be handed the fishes.
Yeah.
But when they teach you how to fish, especially in the big scale, now it's better because now you could teach others. You could feed for yourself and for others.
Yeah, well, I have a couple examples that just came to mind. Like, for example, when I used to go to school, right? I wasn't holding myself accountable to study or to do the work after class or to do whatever, right? And then I would have to finesse an exam. I would have to finesse my final paper. And I would settle for an average grade, right? When it comes to people in implementation, I could give them an example because I've been through it, right? Let's say you procrastinate on paying a bill, right? And you spent the money that you were supposed to get at that 9 to 5 for this quincena, for the next quincena. And now you got to finesse. You didn't hold yourself accountable to your responsibilities. And now look where you are. You end up you have to finesse. Now you got to go find money somewhere else. You got to go borrow the money, whatever the case may be, you know? So I've had many experiences in my life where I don't hold myself accountable, that I end up in a bad situation.
You know, we're helping the world by bringing that light where there's darkness. There's a lot of people that are probably going through these situations. And just by us all speaking, bringing that awareness of our old self, bringing that to the world,
absolutely,
we're being a light. You got me? So there's a reason why we're basically creating content. And we're not just simply creating content just to create content. You got me? Because to me right now, what's not recorded is not remembered.
Yeah.
I want everything to be recorded. And I'm a person that back in the day, I didn't want anything recorded. I wish I was able to document my journey and have all that journey, how I started. You got me? That would have been a movie right now. You got me? How I used to basically, because I never liked, you know, things to be handed to me. I was always, I don't want to call myself a hustler, but I was always grinding. I was never siempre tenía ambición.
Yeah.
You got me? Like,
my mom says that que no tiene ambición debe de morirse.
Que debe morirse.
Absolutely.
Like we say, quien no sirve para servir, no sirve para vivir.
Yeah, I took that to heart as a young kid. If you don't got no ambition, what you living for?
So it's the same thing how we say here in this organization. He who does not live to serve doesn't deserve living. Like, what are you here for, bro? Like, I didn't invent the light. Like, thanks to Thomas Alva Edison, we got the light. Now we're able to charge the iPad. You got me? Shout out to Steve Jobs, rest in peace. You know what I mean? Like, everybody contributed something. Like, we got to be thankful and grateful with everybody. So, why surrounding yourself with the right people is essential for growth? You know, why is having the right circle so important for long-term success?
I'm going to start with the opposite of that first.
Okay.
Right? So, before you know the right people you got to be around, you got to separate yourself. I think a lot of people are lost in this world because they don't know who they are before they jump off the porch. Right? And then you get around people and now you created an identity that's not really you. Right?
Peer pressure.
So what I would say, before you go and be around that circle of the people that's going to hold you accountable, first know who you are, what your purpose is. God hid it inside of us for a reason. And if you ain't spend no time by yourself, you're not going to know what your purpose is in life.
That's a fact.
You know, I really like how in the organization you say he who is not fit to serve does not deserve to live, because that's exactly what God made us for. Now we could all serve in different ways and different roles for different purposes, right? And being around people that are doing that is what's gonna get you maybe over the hump. But first you gotta sit down and you gotta know, you gotta want this, bro. This isn't given. This isn't for play.
Earn, not given.
Yeah, we could call it a game, however you want to call it. But that just brings it to show that like it's possible, right? Because people play a game like, oh, whatever. Yeah, it's possible, but this ain't for play. This is real life, and we gonna get to changing people's lives.
My respect. Accountability, once again, is the glue that ties commitment to results. So I'm gonna recap the points shared by each guest. So Emely, you know, we were talking about breaking old patterns. With Vanessa, we were speaking about designing your future self. With Yasmine, stepping out of your comfort zone. With Jayandi, consistency over motivation. With Manny from Consistency 360, the illusion of change. And with you, Manny, accountability drives change. What else can you tell the world overall, you know, when it comes to this episode, you know? Because we just questioning everything. Why why that, why everything? Like,
give me the title real quick.
Why no year will be new if you stay the same. Why no year will be new if you stay the same.
So, I know a lot of people, I haven't been on social media for 2 days, thank God. But before I was on I stopped being on social media, I kept seeing a post that said, if the next year you keep doing the same thing, then it's not a new year, it's just another year. Right, so I want to put that point, and then say a Yasmine segment.
Yasmine, it was Yasmine stepping out of your comfort zone.
Boom. So, how do you expect to grow if you don't step out of your comfort zone? And some people don't even know what their comfort zone is because they have it so like, you know,
subconsciously they're already programmed.
So I've learned what my comfort zones are. I've learned what my bad habits are because I've spent time to step away to myself. And I'm challenging myself. I had a manager when I was working at PNC Bank that he said, yo, you got to learn how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations if you want to grow.
That's true.
You got to step out of your comfort zone.
The art of discomfort.
Right? And to wrap it up, I'm going to hit you guys with this. I was telling Jay Andy this. And I told him that I would say it here on your podcast when I come. I challenge everyone. I'm here to be better than everyone. And the way I'm going to do that is that I'm going to make myself better.
I respect that.
I'm going to work
That's
on myself.
what we want.
So to everyone that is in the organization, to you, I challenge you. And
I'm just not going to compare with you or with anybody in the organization.
It's not a competition. And if people want to call it a competition, it's a friendly competition. Why? Because I want to see people
in my
win.
case, I collaborate.
You see what you said about Sam? I want Sam not to get 20, not to get 30, not to get 60, not to pass these views. Why? Because I'm gonna get there. My goal is to get myself better, to have the vision for my podcast to get there. Why? Because it's just iron sharpening iron. I'm not here saying that I'm better than anyone. I'm not here saying that anyone is better than me. I'm here holding people accountable to what they need to be held accountable. And I want y'all to hold me accountable to
That's true. I respect that mindset too. My type of mindset is, as a leader, I want to create leaders that create leaders. So in another word, I'm not just looking out for my podcast.
Yeah.
I'm looking out for everybody. Because at the end of the day, I want everybody to have their voice. You got me? Because I genuinely believe that we all have our own individual voice, our own individual message. Our mess is our message, and we're the messenger. Make sense?
Absolutely.
So since we're all, humans that have a mess, right? And we have our message, and we're the messenger. I see ourselves in our organization, maybe, not maybe, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Filling up Madison Square Garden, filling up arenas, 20, 30, 50, 100,000 people. I'm talking about like, that's what I envision, right? To be able to do that, I'll be lying if I tell you I'll be able to do it by myself. You got me? Teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
I've never met a man or woman or human that was able to do things themselves. You got me? I'm all about teamwork because remember one thing, world, I love leveraging. I love leveraging other people's effort. Instead of me straight up, like I'll use the Sims of the world. Instead of me going and getting my realtor license, I'll get the Sims of the world with the realtor license.
Yeah.
And, buy real estate from them.
Absolutely.
Just giving you perspective, if it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So instead of me basically getting my barber license, I'll use the Mannies of the world. If I gotta open a barber shop or something like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
So the way I look at the world, I love leveraging. You get me? And I get inspired, motivated by just seeing, people just, even surpass me because I'm not in a race with them. Yeah. I want them to surpass me. That's how I see the world.
And that's my challenge. That's what I'm holding.
I want to be in rooms
accountable to.
I want to be in rooms where people are better. That's always been my thing. Like I don't want to be the smartest one in the room. If I'm the smartest one in the room, I'm in the wrong room. I want to be in rooms where people are smarter than me, where people are here going against my belief system. Yeah. You got me? And that's just how I went against my family belief system. And they had a different type of belief system than people. With money we could buy people's time. I'm like, nah, hold up. There's got to be a next level. With money we can make money. There got to be a next level. With an idea we could print money. You got me? Because as an inventor.
That's one of the biggest challenges you've set for me is perspective. Perspective on viewing life in different ways, viewing finances in different ways, viewing how to approach your physical pillar in a different way. So I think that I've got a good understanding, right? And it's time to, you said something, you was like, yo, I don't want people that's dedicated. I want people that's obsessed.
We don't want people that are interested, people that are committed. We want people that are obsessed. Because if you're not obsessed with your vision, I want that. Like I want people to really see that. Because if you're obsessed with your vision, that's gonna help overall.
Bro, if I'm not obsessed with what I want in life, nobody's gonna give it to me, right? And if I give you my word and I join this organization, right, saying that I'm gonna be dedicated to these 5 pillars, saying that I'm gonna be dedicated and I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna record every week, I'm gonna do it obsessively. God has shifted my mind state in the last couple of days, where I'm cutting out the bullshit of my life and I'm dedicating and obsessing.
Elevation requires separation.
So.
And look, I don't know.
Excited,
I don't know.
I'm excited.
You see, I don't know you. I don't know you from outside. I only seen you in the basketball court, the gym, and here. Yeah. You got me? Jay Andy knows you more about you. And me and Jay Andy, we don't speak about you. There's no need. Straight up. You got me? It's like I don't speak with Jay Andy or the Mannies about other people. Because we got our own stuff going on.
Absolutely.
You got me? I stay present in my task at hand. You got me? Pero everybody in this organization, I feel like we're all chosen one. You got me? Everybody could be a light. Where there's darkness, I genuinely believe if we go together as one, bro,
I see so much potential in everyone here. And in so many different ways, because that's how you say their crowd that they could reach is different from what I could reach, different from what you could reach.
Yes.
But then I see, let's do it right? The positive, the productive, and the intentional, right? And I'm gonna just Manny's right in front of me. I'm gonna use Manny for example. From when the first time I seen Manny was on this podcast, and from what I've seen Manny from when he went on this podcast to now, bro, it's intentional.
He's present,
and
he's present.
I challenge you to go to the next level. I told Jay Andy. What was it that he sent me he sent me a segment. He was like, watch this segment on CMR Podcast, what you think about it. And I told him, I think it's time for you to go to the next level, whatever that means to you. Because I can't tell you what the next level is for you. You get what I'm saying? But you know what it is. You got that goal. I know you got it somewhere. I know he has his goal. I tell him when I see him walking and when I see him doing certain things, I'm like, yo, you're a leader. You're a boss. I see it in him. And I challenge him to go to the next level because that's only gonna make me and push me to go to the next level. This is all out of love and humbly, all glory be to God.
Okay, you want to be around people that inspire, motivate you, to force you to level up. I don't want to be around people that. It's like, for example, basketball. If we're the best ones in the gym, we're in the wrong gym. That's how I see it. I want to I want to lose. I don't know about you. I don't know about y'all. I want to lose because when I'm losing, I'm getting better. What am I doing wrong? But when I'm winning, that means I'm in the wrong environment. That's how I perceive life. Because if I'm all every day winning, bro, that means I outgrew the fishes there.
Yeah.
You got me? Shout out to the Josue, for example. When I first met Josue, bro, I thought Josue was a Steph Curry.
It's funny you say that because there's a lot of people that I play basketball with, we play basketball with in the gym that I'm like, damn, this nigga nice. But now as time goes on, I'm like, nah, I got this, nigga. Watch this. I study. And then I implement whatever I'm working on for me. Watch when I get on that court.
What separates the best from the rest is mindset. I could give you the Jandis of the world, everybody. You guys are all more talented than me. Where I know I'll work all you guys is mindset. That's my area. You got me? Because I look at mindset, it's like it compounds. Yeah. Even Warren Buffett has a thing. You got me that says, you know, I'm not saying I'm a smart guy. I'm just good with common sense, connecting the dots. You got me? I'm just willing to take more risks too. I don't play it safe. To me, there's no such thing as playing it safe. I'm a risk it all, but I'm gonna take calculated risk. You got me? And I know for a fact that my mindset, what you sow is what you reap.
Yeah.
Judge a man by the fruit it bears.
That was one of the things that I told him. I'm like, I see everyone, and how do I say? I see their strong suits, and I was telling Jay Andy, I'm like, yo, I love your discipline.
Who's
Jay Andy? I'm like, I love your discipline. I'm like,
his discipline?
Yeah, because Jay Andy holds himself accountable for that golden hour every day. Jay Andy makes sure that he does what he needs to do to better himself and hit every pill every day, right? Then with you, I'm like, he brought it out actually. I'm like, Carlos. He's like, Carlos' mindset. I'm like, yo, you right. I'm like, I gotta get my mindset somewhere to like where he at. And this aspect, this is what I love about your mindset. You don't take no bullshit. You don't take no shorts.
No what?
No shorts.
Shorts?
This is what I mean. I put in the work for this outcome to get. If I don't get this outcome, I don't want it.
Oh,
you're not taking no shorts. You're not taking anything less the par. This is where my bar is. It's either better hit the bar or go above it.
Have you noticed too, like when I play basketball, let's say, for example, let's say I have 15 and game is 16 and I say, hey, if I don't hit this shot from here, I don't want to win the game.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Absolutely.
Like those are standards, but those standards, I don't do it for the other person.
Yeah.
I do it for myself. Because I'm like, hold up, I put in the time to shoot this shot. Why take a different shot when I want to, like, I don't know, take myself to the next level?
Absolutely.
And most people, they're never going to understand. So they're like, you rather lose the game than Yeah. It's the same thing why most people settle for crumbs, right? I'd rather,
and that's the thing,
why you
bro.
think Juan Soto, to wrap this up, you got me? Or anybody that has a big contract, when you know your worth, why were you settling, for $300 million when you know you're worth $765? You got me? Why would you let another man, give you a contract for 15 years, you got me, for X amount of money when you know you could make more in 1 year, 2 years?
Yeah.
Why settle for $1 billion in 15 years when I could know I could make $20 billion, you got me, in less than 5 years? You know what I mean or no?
Absolutely. Delayed gratification.
To wrap this up,
I said it. I challenged you.
And flexible on details.
To wrap this up, let me wrap this up with something with Jeff Bezos. Be stubborn on the vision and flexible on the details.
Be stubborn on vision and flexible on details. You really can't accomplish anything important if you're not stubborn on vision, because things that are important take a long time. It takes teams. You can't do it by yourself. And so you really need to have a crisp idea of the vision. You need to stay incredibly relentless on that vision. But you need to be flexible on the details because you've got to be experimental to accomplish anything important. And that means you're going to be wrong a lot. And so you're going to try something on your way to that vision. And that's going to be the wrong thing, the wrong decision. You're going to have to back up take a little course correction and try again. And so you cannot be stubborn on the details. You have to be flexible on the details.
With all that said, thank you, world. Unsubscribe, because we're too valuable to tell you to subscribe. You got me? Go watch the episode Manny from GPH podcast did with Andy. Go watch all the other episodes. I'm going to do an episode now with Yasmine. Go tune in, guys. We're here to be a light where there's darkness. Just, bring awareness. You got me? I know I'm sometimes a little too cuckoo. Se me va la guagua. I'm still, work in progress myself for life. You got me? I'm not Mr. Perfect, but progress over perfection. With all that said, mentira. Thank you, Manny. Thank you, world. Thank you, team.